I can confess to you and to all Nigerians that, yes, it's true that we've all along come with the 12 million votes or even more for Muhammadu Buhari. But did we ever win the election? I mean, like, were we declared? In certain instances, 2011, we thought we won, but something happened, we were not declared. But officially, we were not declared. Buhari was not declared as the winner. Let me tell you that time, Kano State, when Kwankwaso was the governor, his team was led by Ganduje. And in Jigawa, I remember very well, some members from Jigawa State, some from Kano, in most part of the northwestern part of this country, did not vote for Buhari at all.
When you sum up the total votes that gave us the presidency in 2015, the aggregate of the total votes were 15.4 million votes. So basically, what we brought to the table, the other parties that were in the merger, in addition to Buhari's 12.2 million votes, were 3.2 million votes.
Mo ti ń ṣèyí bọ̀, ọjọ́ ti pẹ́, ẹgbẹ́ kìíní wá, èmi ló kàn. Tó bá sí àwa èmi tí ń dúró wájú yìí tí ń lérí ogun, tí ní òkè, Buhari nìṣó ká máa bá lọ. Kò lè di president.
In 2015, Nigeria witnessed what many called a democratic revolution. Muhammadu Buhari, the retired military general who had lost presidential elections 3 consecutive times, finally achieved victory. But behind his historical win was a figure whose shadow loomed large. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban, the political lion of Bourdillon, the undisputed architect of Southwest. Some say Buhari made Tinubu, others swear that Tinubu made Buhari. But today, the debate is no longer a whisper. It is a political firestorm fueled by recent statements from key players like Boss Mustapha and Farouk Aliyu. Nigerians are asking who truly made who. If you're set, let's investigate it in this video. Before 2015, Muhammadu Buhari had become a symbol of northern resistance, a figure revered for his integrity but rejected by the ballots. In 2003, Muhammadu Buhari ran on the platform of the All Nigerian People's Party, ANPP, and lost to Olusegun Obasanjo. He returned again in 2007. He tried. He lost to Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, and again in 2011, he ran under the Congress for Progressive Change, CPC, and lost to Goodluck Jonathan. Each loss was painful. Buhari had the North, he had loyalists, but he couldn't break into the Southwest, South-South, and the Southeast. He was seen as rigid, tribal, unelectable beyond the core North. But something had to change. Someone had to intervene. Enter Bola Ahmed Tinubu. By 2011, Tinubu had consolidated power across the Southwest through his political party, the Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN. He controlled Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Osun, and Ekiti. His network was tight. His influence was unmatched. He was a kingmaker in waiting. Tinubu saw in Buhari what others overlooked: a massive northern base that could be complemented by his southern structure. In 2013, he initiated what many thought was impossible: a merger of regional parties to form a national mega party, the All Progressives Congress, the APC, the ACN from the southwest, CPC from the north, ANPP, and a faction of ABGA united, and a grand alliance was born. Buhari was chosen as the APC's presidential candidate, but who would be his running mate? Tinubu himself was interested, but due to the sensitive nature of a Muslim ticket, he stepped back and nominated his protege, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. His decision was critical. Osinbajo, a Christian, a legal mind, and a loyal member of Tinubu's Lagos camp, softened Buhari's image in the south. With Tinubu's media empire, grassroots network, and billions of naira in campaign financing, Muhammadu Buhari gained national appeal. The results: Buhari won the 2015 election with over 15 million votes. For the first time in Nigerian history, an incumbent president, Goodluck Jonathan, was defeated. It was a political miracle, and many credited Tinubu as the architect of that victory. Fast forward to 2005, the argument over Tinubu's role resurfaced with a bang. Boss Mustapha, former secretary to the government of the Federation, under Muhammadu Buhari, stunned Nigerians when he declared,
when you sum up the total votes that gave us the presidency in 2015, the aggregate of the total votes were 15.4 million votes. So basically, what we brought to the table, the other parties that were in the merger, in addition to Buhari's 12.2 million votes, were 3.2 million votes.
This was more than a statement. It was quite controversial. And then came the reaction from Farouk Aliyu.
My senior brother, Boss Mustapha, certainly got it wrong because probably, I can't even remember where he was that time. If people can remember very well, my own face from 2001 to date, I'm one of Buhari's faces, people that have stood by and for him all through up to the time he finished the presidency. And moving forward to 2014, former governor of Ekiti State was the was the chairman of the convention committee, and each presidential candidate at that time, aspirants, Muhammadu Buhari, I was Honorable Farouk Aliyu, who was his representative. I can confess to you and to all Nigerians that, yes, it's true that we've all along come with the 12 million votes or even more for Muhammadu Buhari. But did we ever win the election? Were we declared? In certain instances, 2011, we thought we won, but something happened, we were not declared. But officially, we were not declared. Buhari was not declared as the winner. Let me tell you that time, Kano State, when Kwankwaso was the governor, his team was led by Ganduje. And in Jigawa, I remember very well, some members from Jigawa State, some from Kano, in most part of the northwestern part of this country, did not vote for Buhari at all. That was even how Kwankwaso became second. And I was one of the people whom Fashola, he's alive, you can ask him. Fashola gave me an aircraft to bring delegates from Jigawa and Kano State to help vote for Buhari. And it was Tinubu who rallied all the southwestern votes for Buhari, all of them. But I can confess to you, the northwestern part of this country, where Buhari came from, or comes from, did not vote for him all along. So Tinubu played great role in Muhammadu Buhari's emergence as the candidate. Anybody who tells you that probably does not know history. And as I said, my senior brother, Boss Mustapha, certainly was not in that equation. And you see, unfortunately, there are so many of these Buhari converts whom were not with us, were not with Buhari. I don't want to mention names, but most of them who happened by accident or fate became what they became. And they're trying to deconstruct history. It is not true. Tinubu assisted, contributed, helped Muhammadu Buhari to get the ticket, by extension also winning the election, because he followed us to campaign all over the country. And I don't want these kind of issues to be brought about between Buhari and Tinubu, because there are no issues. Buhari has said it. Tinubu has said it. So why whip these sentiments that are not there? So I'm confirming to you, and if anybody can challenge me that I was not the returning officer in Lagos, let him come out and speak to you to tell you that it's not the truth. And if anybody can also come and say, I have not been one of the people around Muhammadu Buhari from the day he started, There is nothing in this country that we didn't go through. The traversities of intimidations and so on. And I went through referendum. I keep saying that. The only member who went through referendum, to be recalled, all because of my association with Muhammadu Buhari. So where are all these people? Where were they when we were doing all these things? So Tinubu assisted, and Tinubu contributed in Buhari's emergence. So let's not talk about the 12 million votes, because the 12 million votes did not actualize to presidency.
Two insiders, two truths, and a nation now divided on the role of Tinubu and the power of Muhammadu Buhari ahead of that election. Let's look at the numbers. In 2015, Buhari won all 19 northern states, but for the first time, he also won Lagos, Oyo, Ogun, Osun, and Ekiti. These were Tinubu's territories. Without them, Buhari would have fallen short. Even international observers noted the role of the Southwest Alliance. It wasn't just about votes, it was about rebranding. Tinubu helped change Buhari's image from a northern general to a national statesman. And without that transformation, there would have been no victory.
And the moment Boss Mustapha said that, he doesn't want to, he opened up and said that, well, I don't want to stir up a controversy.
So he knew it had the potential
exactly,
to be controversial.
And then he went ahead to say that. I just don't understand why that point is necessary at this time. And I've not been able to talk to Mr. Boss Mustapha afterward. It's completely unnecessary. The truth of the matter is that there was no way former President Muhammadu Buhari would have made it to the presidency without the significant support that he then had from the South. So, I don't really understand why, like I said, Boss Mustapha had to bring up the issue. It was completely unnecessary.
After Buhari became president, crack began to show. Tinubu was sidelined. Key ministries and appointments went to Buhari's northern loyalists. Osinbajo was reduced to a ceremonial role. Tinubu's men cried foul, but Buhari's camp saw it differently. They believed that they owed him nothing. The silent war began, but Tinubu, ever the strategist, waited. In 2022, Tinubu broke his silence. During a rally in Abeokuta, he declared, "Emilokon, it is my turn. Buhari wouldn't have been president without me. I made him." It was raw, it was defiant, and it was a warning. The North was stunned. The message was clear. I helped you, now help me. Tinubu went on to clinch the APC presidential ticket. Despite fierce northern resistance, he became president in 2023. Now that Tinubu is president, the narrative is changing. Suddenly, northern elites are beginning to downplay his role. Why? To reclaim the northern political legacy, to weaken Tinubu's grip ahead of 2027, and to prepare the ground for a northern comeback. But the statement from Farouk disrupted the script. He reminded Nigerians of what really happened. This isn't just about ego, it is about 2027 and who controls the truth. With elections looming, the stakes are high. Northern politicians feel betrayed by Tinubu's governance style. They believe the presidency was a shared project, not a personal conquest. The alliance is cracking. The knives are out. The statement wasn't just analysis. It was a warning shot. If Tinubu claims sole credit for 2015, the North may deny him a second term. This is no longer a question of history. It is a question of power. Tinubu made Buhari president in 2015. That's the truth. Ask the numbers, ask the strategy, ask the insiders. But in politics, truth is fragile. It can be bent, buried, or weaponized. What matters is who controls the story. And right now, two camps are fighting for Nigerians' political memory. Tinubu wants to be remembered as the kingmaker who became king. The North wants Buhari to remain the self-made general. But one thing is certain, without Bola Ahmed Tinubu, there would be no Buhari's presidency. And without Buhari's 2015 victory, there would be no APC dominance. Let the history book reflect it, and let the people decide. Now to our call to action. Was Tinubu truly the architect of Buhari's presidency, or has his camp exaggerated his role? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like, subscribe, and share this documentary video, and also hit the notification bell. This isn't just political history. It is a battle for 2027, and Nigeria is watching.